CT-300. Feed the 12 3-inch socket cap screws through the mounting ring. Pass the transducer cables through the gap in the ring and install the bridge segment using the 5/16" socket cap screws. As you prepare to install the cone, be sure to align one of the 12 screws to the same plane as the 2 exiting cables. To ensure a watertight seal and a lubricated frictionless interface between the CT-300 coupling cone membrane and membrane retention ring, dispense a small amount of O-ring lubricant to your fingertips and thoroughly coat both membrane O-rings. Once lubricated, install both O-rings. Thoroughly lubricate both internal O-rings and install until properly seated with the coupling cone's inner grooves. Insert the transducer into the coupling cone with the transducer's radiating surface faced into the cone. Be sure to align one of the 12 screws to the same plane as the 2 exiting cables. Then align the in tube to that same plane and exiting as shown. Press the transducer evenly into the coupling cone until it bottoms out. Check screw alignment. Tighten all 12 3-inch socket cap screws using a star pattern sequence until hand tightened. To facilitate visualization of the beam, a target assembly using thermochromic material is provided. Insert the target frame within the alignment insert while aligning the side screw holes. 4 socket cap screws are provided to remove the natural warp within the target film. Begin by hand tightening all 4 socket cap screws. Using a 7/64 Allen wrench, thread the bottom socket cap screws first until bottoming out. Do not over-tighten. Continue threading the upper socket cap screws until bottoming out. The target film should appear flat. The target mount fits onto the cone and aligns the target film with the focal axis. O-ring friction is used to center the mount while enabling the frame to rotate about the focal axis. Using the operating conditions as set forth in the calibration report, verify that the transducer is focusing appropriately. Once the focus is verified, remove the target assembly and prepare to install the coupling membrane. Use appropriate fixturing to hold the transducer with its spherical surface facing upwards. Allow for enough distance for a 4-inch bend relief in the cable. Center the membrane with respect to the coupling cone's opening. Push the membrane retention ring over the membrane until it bottoms out to the cone. This mechanism should stretch the membrane material to a drum-like surface. Engage all 8 thumb screws to retain the assembly. Introduce degassed water into the in tube with the out tube oriented with its entry port at the most upper part of the cone's cavity. Slowly fill the cavity with water using a water degassing system and pump. During filling, it's advised to push the water-filled membrane flush to the exit plane of the coupling cone to sustain equilibrium. Be sure to excavate any bubbles by lightly tapping the exterior of the membrane or cone in the proximity of the bubble. The slight shock should dislodge the bubble and seep through the out tube. Using the inflate and deflate buttons on your water degassing system, form the coupling membrane to the shape best suited to your application.